If you're looking for Ultimate Team coins, check out FIFACoinstank.com in the description below and use the code TRAY for 5% off your order. Enjoy the video. What is going on, guys? It's TRayALLDay here. Welcome to episode number 58 of my Fulham career mode. Yes, guys, I put out that breaking news video out yesterday because I thought it'd be kind of cool to break the news that way, that we have indeed signed Paul-Georges Nteb. Obviously, you can see on your screen, we are currently on January 13th. That is, of course, because I wanted to make a special video for that. And, you know, some people might say, hey, you really, you just really didn't want to upload that much that day. That's why you posted a 2-minute long video. No, that took hours and hours to edit. So the support was fantastic on that video that I put out, and really, I can't thank you guys enough for that. Like, almost 60 likes in one day is ridiculous for a channel like mine, and I can't thank you guys enough. So without any further ado, let's take a look at Nteb. You can see 83 rated. That's already past his potential, of course, which is around 80. I think it's 80 exactly. 92 acceleration, 95 sprint speed. He has turned into a freaking G. 94 dribbling, 84 shot power. Like I said previously when we owned him, if he had 4-star skill moves, he would be the perfect player. But this is the lineup we're most likely going to rock with. Obviously, you can see right here, it's very, very strong. But anyway, if we go over to just the main part of the screen, actually, if we head over to here, nope, what? There we go. Finances, you can see I indeed did the financial takeover. If, I remember correctly, I checked about an hour or so ago. Obviously, it changed over time as more people watched the video. When I did the recording, it was around 80 total votes. Now it's at around 115 total votes. Only 20 of those were don't do the financial takeovers. So you can tell how many votes went to the other two sides, which one, of course, was sign Nteb, a center mid, and spend the rest on scouts, and then the other one was just sign whoever you want. That one won by about 40 votes, which was just ridiculous. Like, seemed you guys really wanted to see some progress in this series, so I'm happy to oblige. Anyway, obviously, we are on the 13th of July, so it's time to do some catching up on what happened through those 13 days by going to our emails. So, first off, player loaned, Marcus Bettinelli, our third choice keeper, is out to Coventry City, which is perfectly fine. It just gets rid of a bit of squad depth that we don't really need in that position, so he's gone, perfectly fine. We'll delete that email. Next, Eric Palmer-Brown is out to Gillingham. We don't need him anymore now that we have Rudiger into the club. Of course, with Pogba leaving in January of last year, we needed Palmer-Brown for, that half of the season where we didn't have that fourth choice center back, but now Rudiger is in and Palmer-Brown can go out. But moving on, we got a transfer offer for Paul Nardi that I wanted to wait until you guys got in to see what it was. 1.4 for Sheffield United for a guy that had the most clean sheets in the Premier League last season. That is a ridiculous joke, and we're going to go ahead and reject all offers for Paul Nardi because they're going to be a similar value, and I'm frankly not going to sell him. But moving on, obviously, in the previous episode, we talked about regens and Steven Gerrard's regen. Sorry, I couldn't make out my words there. But anyway, obviously, you guys pointed out in the comment section that really none of them will be his regen because his set position should be CDM and wouldn't have Cam in one of his listed positions, and, that actually makes sense. So, fortunately, none of these three are his regen, but the only reason I actually added them to it, well, at least this guy, is because they had some pretty decent stats. So, let's take a look. Benalabi, you can see, only 53 overall. His stats don't look the greatest, and so we're just going to go ahead and remove him from my shortlist, and that's perfectly fine. The next guy, Andy Aristidu, 63 overall, still looks pretty decent. We'll keep him on our shortlist. And Jamie Cartwright, 64 overall, 74 balance, 71 ball control, some nice passing stats as well for someone that is 20 years of age. I will keep him in my shortlist. Now, you can see Media Beat here. I was scouting him previously, and actually the only reason he showed up in my scouting report is because he is due to be, available on a free in January. So you can see 83 overall, valued at 19 million. Now, I did mention in last year, the first season we were in the Premier League, that he is indeed a glitched player. You saw he was 83 overall. If we head over to our transfer negotiations and head over to transfer offers sent, you can see we've sent 2 deals out. One for Media Bead. You can see we sent 14 million. I believe we sent a player as well. I believe it was George Williams for Media Bead. So it'd be great to bring him in to hold down the fort. 14 million would be a bargain for someone of his capability. Obviously, 83 overall. He's better than Kovacic right now, and Kovacic is valued at 25 million. So I'd easily take a bid over him. And the next up is Pirlo's regen, Giacomo Moro. One of you mentioned that it could indeed be De Rossi's regen. I'm not sure if De Rossi's still in the game. We'll actually look up after this, but I pretty sure it's Pirlo, and he looks fantastic. So I've sent an offer to him, sent a contract offer to the player itself. You can see 2.5 million was indeed accepted. So I believe that's all we had to catch up on. Obviously, with the deal for NTEP, if we head over to transfer negotiations, successful negotiations, you can see, actually you don't see it. If we, nope, okay. It's not there, but Jonas Hoffman indeed left the club, and I honestly am not too upset about that whatsoever. Really not impressed with him at all, so I'm perfectly happy with putting him as part of the deal to get NTEP, because it was, frankly, I think a good deal, and we got a lot of wages off the bill by getting Hoffman out of the club. So either way, we'll simulate for it, of course, as always, and see if we get any transfer offers back for the players we sent offers for. So we got a contract offer back from Giacomo Moro, and you can see he doesn't want to join the club because he loves living there, and that's frustrating because he already makes $20,000 a week. But if he really is a good prospect, we should probably fork over as much cash as we can to bring him into the club. So I'm perfectly happy with that. I offered $27.5 for him, 4-year deal, bonus per goal of 5%, and we'll keep him at a sporadic first team player. So we'll send that through, see what they say. Transfer offer accepted for Mediabede, 14 million in George Williams. George Williams hasn't played a game for the club in about 2 years now because I frankly just didn't like him, and now we're bringing in a player for 14 million. Mediabede, 83 overall, 24 years of age, still has a bit of room to grow for a glitch player, and he would of course be our best central midfielder. So I'm going to go ahead and offer him what he's making right now. We'll do crucial first team player, bonus per goal of 10%, and of course see what he says. Contract offer accepted from Giacomo Moro. 27.5 is a bit much, but we frankly do have the cash to bring him in, so we're going to go ahead and sign him up, and he will just be a backup center mid for us. Of course, we had to rely on the likes of Josh Graham last season to play center mid for us, Jack Grealish at times, so it will be great to see, you know, an actual good prospect play that position. Grealish is a good prospect, don't get me wrong, but he isn't really, I don't know, I don't like playing him in that position as much, but we'll see what he is like. 71 overall, looks pretty decent, 86 balance, 81 sprint speed, 81 ball control, 74 dribbling, 76 long passing, 84 short passing. I definitely think this is Pirlo's regen just based off those stats alone. He looks very, very good. So we'll go ahead and I think swap out Grealish for Como. I think Berahino needs to be in here. I'm not sure who to take out. Of course, things will change as the season progresses, but I'm not really sure who to switch out, to be honest. It would have to be Redmond or Saint-Maximin. Saint-Maximin needs to be on because he was, of course, our leading goal scorer. We'll take off Santoso for the time being, but this will more than likely switch as the season progresses, of course. So I'm perfectly happy with how that looks. So we get a lot of scout reports back. Excuse my phone if you could hear that, but we get a lot of scout reports back for players, and as well, Mediabede rejected his contract offer. He's a top player at his current club, is what it said. I briefly read, so that rhymed. I'm freaking awesome. Anyway, we'll offer 100,000, 10% goal bonus, and a squad role crucial first team player. Hopefully, he'll come back and say that is fine, and we'll bring him into the club. Now, I want to take a look at these, actually, just to be sure. This is Sammy Eto's regen, 69 overall. It's not too bad, but of course, we don't need a striker, so we're just going to say no to him. Of course, we do have Fleury-Val as well, so we don't need him at the moment. He'll just be in the club for the time being. This is, I believe, Xavi's regen, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously doesn't really look like him at the time. 61 overall, most likely not him, but he still looks okay. We'll leave him there for the time being. Of course, Ron Robert Zieler, another player, 79 overall is a bit depressing. I thought he'd be better than that, so we're not going to sign him for, you know, to be our starting keeper. I'm fine with Nardi. Marco Rojas was another player we looked at, 74 overall. He is, of course, available in January. We got Claver, who's available in January, 74 overall, not the greatest, and Anthony Yuja, or Yuha, however you want to pronounce his name, 74 overall, not the greatest. I was looking for a bit better from those 4 players, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. Transfer offer for Camilo Dominguez. I'm assuming it's on loan. Yes, it is Livorno. We'll go ahead and send him out. So we get a few things back, 2 in the player conversations, 2 in the regular emails, 1 from Liam Moore, a transfer offer for him from Swansea. Our chief executive thinks we can get around 20 million for him, and honestly, if we could get 20 million for him, I would not be upset whatsoever. We could bring in a class center back with that amount of money, so I'll go ahead and offer a counter offer 25 for him. Liam Moore's a good player, don't get me wrong, but you know, honestly, I wouldn't mind losing him and bringing in a first teamer. Lascelles is a first teamer at this point in time, and I wouldn't mind moving him down to third string. But anyway, Media B did indeed accept his contract offer. We'll bring him into the club. Obviously, we still have a bit of money left. I might look at bringing someone in, but I do think I also might want to try to, of course, improve our youth scouts. But looking over, Chanter Horse wants to play in the friendly, and so does Alan Maximin. In all honesty, I really don't care about this, but I'm going to rearrange the lineup, and I'll see you guys in a second. So for this friendly, you can obviously see on your screen which team we are rocking out with. Fleury-Val in there, Maximin, Lea Seca. We got Moro, of course, making his debut in a friendly, but it is his debut technically. Donnelly getting a goal for us. He doesn't play often, but it's nice to see him in there. Who else did we put in that was notable? Not really anyone. Ruger, of course, making his debut as well. Pretty decent. 2-1 the score. Skipping 2-1 is indeed the final score. Interesting enough, doesn't really matter, but I'll take it. If our youth side can beat Vallecano, I am perfectly happy with that. Transfer offer for Nathan Redmond coming from Southampton. 3-4. Are you fucking crazy? 3-4. You can suck one. We'll counter offer 8-4 at least. Nah, I'm not even gonna touch this. We're just gonna reject that offer. That's not even, no, that's just horrific. What is wrong with you? And as well, player conversations. Thanks for the chance, and I really feel I'm in good form, so thanks for playing me, boss. Perfectly happy with doing that. So this is Ronaldinho's regen. You can see he looks pretty decent, 68 overall, and showing great potential. You can see 83 balance, 81 sprint speed, 76 acceleration. Not too bad. I don't think I'm going to be going in for him, though, unfortunately. But he still looks pretty decent as well. We get a monthly scouting report. This one from Japan. That is, seriously, like, that is not a freaking Japanese name. It really isn't. We're going to reject him. Finally, we get a guy that has a Japanese name, but he's awful. Mai Osako doesn't look good. And Opa Tubbs, we'll sign him. I think we had that guy before. Am I mistaken? I'm pretty sure we had a guy with that exact same name. Let's head over to our youth staff. I might have rejected him, but that would be hilarious if we did. No, he's the only Opa Tubbs in there, but still looks all right. And our youth squad's looking okay, not the greatest, but McGrandles, of course, freaking McGrandles is looking the best out of the bunch right now. Not really sure who else I'm going to be looking at to sign. We have a decent amount of finances. We'll probably get a backup player. And there is one player I do have in mind. If we take a look at our team, actually that's not the team I want to rock out with. It was this one. Ntep, of course, Vertu Fofana is going to be moving over to right back because, of course, that is one of his listed positions, and I would like to play him in that position. And Gat's going to come off for our good pal Mehdi Abid. So that is what our first team is. Very solid. Vertu, Abid, Oxlade, Chamberlain. Is Abid better? He can play CDM. Jesus, those stats, man. 88 ball control, 89 dribbling, 85 long passing, 87 long shots, 89 short passing, 85 shot power. My God, 61 slide tackling and 78 stand tackling. That's what I'm going to look at to see who plays CDM. And yeah, we'll definitely play Abid there. Vertu on the left, Oxlade Chamberlain on the right, Ntep at left forward, Tovan at right forward, Saive up front at striker. That is a strong team. We are going to be pushing for at least the European spot. If we don't hit a Europa League spot this season, I am going to be very disappointed because that team, I definitely think we need a striker. I think I'm going to go take a look at one. We'll definitely look at signing one in the next episode. But that is definitely the one thing I think I'm going to be looking for, one position, because Saive is good, don't get me wrong, but I definitely think we do need a striker. I was looking at if we could possibly need another left forward, because I would like to sign Kazenga Luwalawa, even though we don't need him. No, we don't need to sign him. We have Grealish who can play there. We have Sparahino. I wouldn't mind playing a left forward. We have Redmond, Maximin, Masuaku who can play there even, so we're not going to go in for him. Another striker would suffice. Another high-rated one. We, of course, have Lea Seca, 70 overall, Fleury-Val, 70 overall, Dembele, 70 overall, Wilson, 68 overall, Berahino, 73 overall, and Saive, 75 overall. That are all strikers. And I'd like to get one that's higher than that. I have Wilson transfer listed, of course. Dembele, Lea Seca, and Fleury-Val are all loan listed. So hopefully someone will come into them because I don't want them to be disappointed that they're not getting much game time. And frankly, I'd want to be playing high-rated players, but that's a very solid first team. Very happy with that. I think I'm going to end the episode here. I'll take a look at some strikers that will most likely be low budget and still be pretty high overall in before I record the next episode. But either way, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, it'd be greatly appreciated. If, of course, you could leave a like on the video as well. Comment any suggestions you have for me down below. There will be a squad builder out later today around my favorite Ultimate Team card I've used thus far, and it's a very underrated card, underused card thus far this year. But either way, again, hope you enjoyed the video. My name's TRayALLDay, and I will see you guys next time.